Testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all those in between. Welcome back to Spark923 Gaming. I'm your host, Spark923, aka Firehawk5150, aka Lucas. And we are back in Tank Mechanics Simulator. Last time, a few things came up, important things, and we were not able to do our full run. Shoot, just dropped my ring. There we go. But tonight we should be fine. Bray is with his grandma tonight, and he's fine. He's just going on a little trip over the weekend, so got the night to work on some tanks and stuff like that. A little bummed out he's gonna miss out on because he actually likes watching this game. It makes a lot of neat noises, and he likes it. I do have something really neat to announce about this game. So yeah, I'm super excited to talk about that once we get into it. As of right now, it's kind of a toss-up what's going to be happening Saturday. It's either going to be Star Wars Outlaws, or we'll be doing some multiplayer in Space Marine 2 with the lovely Ryoku Angel. So we shall see what goes on that. Because she is working this weekend, so it all depends. Other than that, Tuesday we will be in Starship Troopers Extermination. Yes, super excited about that. The game just arrived today. Super happy to get it. Gonna get it downloaded and do a test run and see how it goes. Other than that, I've got nothing else really to say, so let's go ahead and get on to the game, shall we? All right. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, hang on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Awesome. Okay. So last, what we were working on before we had to go help with Bray, we were working on Little Willie. This guy. We had gotten to, I believe, the painting section. And we were going to start rebuilding. Interesting thing about Little Willie, it is a prototype that led to the, I believe, Model 1 of the British tank. I don't know exactly what it was called, but like the first tank ever, I think it was like an M1 or something. Let me see, do I still have it up? I looked up a little bit of information on this. Little Willie. Okay, yeah. Prototype tank. It was the prototype for the Mark I tank. It went a whopping 2 miles an hour. From back in World War I. So yeah, big deal. This might be like one of the oldest tanks in the game, I think. Yeah. So, manufactured by Foster's and Lincoln. Okay, sorry. I've had someone bother me. Yeah. So, also, big news I found out about the game. So, I was looking around into stuff because people said that there's DLC for this game. Well, it's only for the Steam version at the moment. So I went looking around for the DLC and seeing what was the future. And, of course, I went down the wrong rabbit hole to Reddit that said, the game's been abandoned. The game's been abandoned, they aren't going to do anything. There's nothing they're going to do. They've given up on it. So stupid. And, I mean, you know, with how some companies have been with their games recently, I almost gave up at that point. But then I was looking around on Steam, and I found out that the creator the company had a Facebook, and it had an open messenger. So I said, hey, I'm a streamer. I love your guys' game. It's awesome. I was curious, will the DLC be coming to consoles? And probably not an hour later, I get a message from a person, very professional, very to the point. Apparently they've been asked this a lot. They weren't rude. It just seemed very like they've been saying this for a while. They said, we have a company that's porting it to the consoles, but the porting process takes a long time. The DLC will be ported to the consoles. So we'll be able to get like the King Tiger, different variants of the Sherman, stuff like that. So I'm super excited about that. Yeah, I'm super excited about that. I think we got a lot of pants out here now. Tanks for the tank throne. Tanks for the tank throne. Panzer 3. Buy tank. Why not? I'm just collecting a bunch of Hulks, pretty much, in my garages. Alright, so we have on the docket today the Willies, the Wolverine, and any tank that comes out of the ground. Not these ones. Unless we get enough time. Since I'm now doing the buy the materials thing, we are probably going to save on time. So yeah. Right, so we'll get Willie wrapped up here. And then I had that Wolverine that we wanted to work on. Check my emails. Found the tank. We gotta get through these repairs. Yeah. Right, I gotta find the half track that's from Sebastian. Okay. Let's move you into the bay. Yeah. I'll pull that. Multitasking. So yeah, they couldn't give me a date, but I was super excited about that. Number one, just getting feedback was amazing. And I even told them, like, well, there's people going around saying that you guys have given up on the game. And they explained to me, no, we're working on a new game. But we haven't given up on this one. We currently want to get this one ported over to the consoles. That's why we gave it to the company to port it over. It just takes time. And I'm like, well, that makes sense to me. And I don't know why people would just go start making stuff up. And of course, people want attention. They want to be like the shining light in the darkness kind of thing. Like, I've got this assumption. I'm going to say what I want, and people are going to believe it because I said so. Seems to be a trend with a lot of narcissists out there. Not saying that this person was a narcissist, but they probably were just like, we're done with it. We aren't doing anything else. They're actually working on another project, and he was up I'm not sure if it was a he or not. They were up front with me the entire time. They're like, no, we're working on another game. And it just means that we are delayed on Tank Simulator. And I'm like, hey, I get it. I mean, there's no reason that people should be getting on people about this stuff. Games are hard to make. I mean, and people will be like, oh, people build games all the time. Yeah, but when it comes to like a game like this, no, can't do that. Not that fast. I mean, you can make a App Store game in a day, yeah, but I mean, something like this, no, not in a day. If you can, I'm impressed. Let's see. What faction will I be sporting in if we play 40K? Probably Salamanders or Space Wolves. And fairly certain that my wife will be Blood Angels. Or not Blood Angel. Yeah, it's Blood Angels. Sons of Sanguinius. I recently watched a series called If the Emperor Had a Text-to-Speech Device. I highly recommend it. It is hilarious. It's old, though. I don't think they make any more episodes for it. But it was pretty funny. I don't think it has an end, so to speak. They do have some shorts that are pretty funny. I found a lot of them hilarious. It's like, I located the Astronomicon, but apparently it's flipping me the bird. Like, what do you mean? How can a beam of light flip you the bird? And all of a sudden, a servitor goes by. It's like, the great Lord has told us to go fuck ourselves. And it just spirals out of control from there. And of course, all the Adeptus Mechanicus are like, where are the toasters you promised us?
Don't worry, guys. I'm not giving up on the little Willie. I just wanted to get this thing broken down and get its parts repairing. Also, I believe The Legend of Vox Machina Season 3 just wrapped up this week. I think it's 12 episodes. I could be wrong. But I know that the next 3 episodes are up. So, do with that as you will. I enjoyed all the episodes. I'm sure there's a few people I'm associated with that would tell me, oh, like, well, they are following the story that I was supposed to be. I'm sure I'd hear about how there's like 55 scandals associated with it, stuff like that. But that just goes to show that these people don't watch stuff to enjoy it. They watch stuff just to get information so they can brag about how much they know about it. It's kind of like the person that ruined a convention for me. I ended up not going, and I now can never go to it because that convention doesn't exist anymore. They kept telling me, like, oh, it's LineCon. You'll just be in lines all day. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And then they brag about how they met all these people there. I'm like, well, you're acting like you had a great time. It's like, yeah, but it's LineCon. You wouldn't like it. I'm like, I think I'm the one who deserves to know that, to decide that or not, but okay. And then the same person, we were in a cosplay group together, which is, I was really excited about it. First thing, I was one of the top people in it, and this has been our like second round. I was left in charge of it, and I was introducing people and stuff like that. And this one person, I introduced her boyfriend, who was going to be a type of monster and also the backup of the character I was going to be. And I think I said understudy, and then I heard her under her breath go, he's much better than understudy. And I'm like, why would you say that out loud? Why would you, are you so, I wanted to say, are you so insecure of not being the best that you have to belittle everything that sounds like it's an insult to you? But I instead said, okay, well, I'm done talking now, because I heard it, and I was like, my spirit's broken on it. And of course, one person was asking, why'd you stop? And I'm like, I apparently insulted somebody. They said that I was, said that what I said was insulting. Apparently I insulted someone, and they said it was definitely better than an understudy. I'm like, I wanted to say, like, he wasn't picked to be the character in the group. He decided what he was going to be, and we assigned that to him. But I was trying to be Mr. Nice Guy, and I just, like the nice guy I am, just took the punches and rolled with it. So, and then down the road, and I'm not going to mention any names, no. Down the road, they got in a bit of a dust up with another group member. There was something about a person that person was trying to date, and they were saying, like, well, there's no way that would work out between them because they aren't the same religion as this person, and all this. It was petty stuff. And so I'm getting bicker fits from them, I'm getting bicker fits from the other person, and then I just said to both of them, like, look, you're both adults. Don't bring this here. Don't bring it to me. I'm not your dad. I'm not here to take care of your problem. You solve this as adults. And then a few weeks later down the road, I get a message saying, I don't feel appreciated in this group. I don't feel welcome. I'm like, and I mean, this is after we had, like, I invited them over, and number one, I always ask when I'm going to be serving people, does anyone have any type of dietary thing or anything like that? And I was thinking about getting pizzas, and I got all different kinds of pizzas. And then this person shows up with food, and then says, "I'm gonna have to borrow a pot." And I'm like, okay, because they didn't want to have anything that I was making, and they wanted to eat what they wanted. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I could have made a pasta dish if people advanced me, but no one wanted to, so. But anyway, the party went fine. It was great. And then, of course, we did a panel where this person was completely not interested in being like, I don't want to be, she's like, I'm just going to be here. She's like falling asleep the entire time. And I'm like, okay, fine. And so that was just a bit disheartening. And then down the road, let's see, what was that one? Oh yeah, we were at I called on people to come to a high school that did a convention as part of one of their like classes, and I get invited to talk to the kids at that school a lot about cosplay and stuff like that. It's awesome. They're the best. And I was there, and I called on a few people, and they said, "Oh, we'll be there." And so they came along. I was fully dressed up in an outfit, and they showed up, and this is a cosplayer that like rates himself as like a professional level cosplayer, and this is a high school. I want that to be recognized. This is a high school where you're going to be having high school kids who, yes, who may very well have exceptional skill in crafts and stuff like that. But I see they had a cosplay contest, and this person signed up. I'm like, well, they're going to win. I'm like, there's no way they can lose. They're going to win. And I mean, the other competitors were children, like 5 or 6 years old. A few of the other students, were, I'd have to say, like teenagers, all under 18. Some of them never been to a cosplay contest or anything like that. And she gets up, and sure enough, she wins. I'm like, I probably wouldn't have done that. She's like, what? And she's of course going, now I can say that I got this one down as victory too, for my reputation, of course. And I'm like, wow, that is like the most, I wanted to say, that is like the most conceited thing. But, it's whatever. And then of course, we offered, hey, we're going to go get something to eat at this place. Would you like to come? And of course, I'm like, I'm tired. Stuff like that. We go there. The entire time, she's just not having it. She didn't want to go. She was just, I'm like, you know what? You could have said no. Could have said no and just left. It wasn't mandatory for you to be here. And of course, it was shortly after that I don't feel appreciated, I don't feel respected, or I don't feel welcome, and I'm like, I go, I'm sorry you feel that way, but I don't think I ever once did anything to make you feel that you weren't welcome. I invited you to my home. I pretty much let you, I offered you food. I let you cook your own food in my house. Like, I constantly answered your questions whenever you asked. I've sent people to you for recommendations on stuff. I'm like, and you think that you weren't shown respect or welcomed? And the thing is, I constantly made an effort to remember everyone's birthday. And every time someone's birthday came around, I was sending messages and I announced in the group, hey, it's so-and-so's birthday. Wish them a happy birthday. And, of course, never enough. Never enough at all. So, it's kind of sad that that's how things go, but... But yeah. But then then of course, the pettiest thing about the whole thing, I'm sorry, the pettiest thing about the whole thing is that years later, I I'm at a convention and I see the both of them, and I know the guy's work, and I said, hi, hey, nice to see you guys, and completely acted like I didn't exist. I'm like, wow, that's low. Like, and then of course they proceeded to use the table we were at to draw people into them to see them. It was scalping pretty much. I'm like, that is so stupid. It's so rude. I'm like, this is for this group, not for you. But anyway. Long and short of it is, you can be as nice as you want to people, but unless you're there to benefit them, they don't give a damn about you once you prove yourself to be worthless to them. So, it sounds like Rio is home. The lovely Megan, Ryoku Angel. Probably she was visiting the baby for his trip. But yeah, that kind of... And then, of course, that group ended up burning out after a while. Unfortunately. And I just... And that's when I kind of started, like, cos snobs is the best term I could describe these people as, is they are cos snobs. They want to be shown as better than everyone else. They can only enjoy it if they're better than everyone else, and they only associate with people who consider them better than everyone else. And number one, I don't do that. I'm a person that likes to see everyone as equals, and if you are genuinely better than someone, then okay, yeah, but I'm not going to give you special privilege because you're better than somebody. I'm going to say, hey, if you want advice on something, go to this person. They know a lot more on it than I do. And that will be where you get your posterity from me. But I'm not going to praise the ground you walk on or anything like that, because I don't do that. And I have met tons of professional level cosplayers, and all of them are very nice, very genuine. One of the nice ones I've met was, shoot, I'm gonna forget her name. She played Cinderfall in Ruby. Gosh, I can't believe I can't remember her name. she was so nice, and she complimented my Halo armor too, which was a team effort with me and Raph, my armorer, and she was so kind. Let me look her up. Jessica Negri, that's her name. Jessica Negri. She is so nice, and such a goober. She's so nice. Yeah, I would love to meet Jessica Negri again. And then, of course, but this other person, she's like, well, we met these voice actors, and we got to stand and talk to them for 20 minutes, and I got all this information, all this background on stuff, and I got to see that they actually are not happy at their job or anything like that, and they're planning on moving on to something else. Like, who cares if you know the gossip? Who cares? Why are you trying to make this worse for people? Why are you trying to make this something that only you get to experience because you're going to give it this horrible review and try to turn people away so that now you can say, well, I got to meet him, but you're not going to meet him because this, and this. Like, you don't know that. But it has taught me a bit of my own limits and tolerance to people, and it just gonna have to say is that if someone's being a toxic-minded person or a very self-centered, narcissistic person, they should be called out on it. I wouldn't say call them out directly. I would pull them aside and say, hey, you're kind of acting a little selfish. And most narcissists don't think they are. And if they are any type of decent, they'll be like, oh, well, maybe I'm sorry. I'll work on that. And hopefully. But who knows? Can only hope so much. Oh, okay. That was a screw. I'm trying to get that screw. That's what I'm trying to get. Things are a little tricky. But yeah, I've moved on from that, and people will be like, "No, you haven't. You still know the whole story." Oh, the thing is that if you choose not to remember things that happen, then you never learn from them. And I remember it so that I can tell people, "Hey, there are people out there like this, and they aren't good people." I'm sure that they intend that they're good people, but you should always look out for people that say they're genuine but aren't, and be able to identify it. And this person, I should have known better. But because of them, I met some very good friends of mine. I'm still friends with several people from that cosplay group. Several of them get very worried about me now and then because they don't hear from me, and they'll message me like, "Please tell me you're okay." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm fine." Because I used to get very stressed out when I was in charge of that group, and they be like, I hope he's okay. Because I would just get very quiet. And then I'd be like, okay, guys, I kind of need to do this, this, and this. And they'd be like, yeah, sure. Then I'd, of course, get phone calls later like, hey, are you sure you're okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Then they'd see me at parties and stuff like that. And they're like, you don't look good. And I'm like, I don't feel good. Like, I'm stressed out. I want to make sure this all goes well. And I hate to think this, but I also have a feeling that the person who, like, the narcissist that I was dealing with, I also think that if things don't go their way, they end up, like, giving a ton of bad press about it. And I think that they ultimately have, like, put some bad talk on my name, which is ridiculous as to why that is. But as you can tell, I'm not saying their name. So I at least respect that aspect. And I mean, I still wouldn't say their name. Unless someone, like, wanted me to say it privately, but I'm not going to go about that, no. Sorry, I had to message Meg about something. But yeah, I've honestly, it still kind of hurts to talk about it because I genuinely thought that we were, like, friends. And of course, people are like, you're too nice. You should never consider anyone your friend until they prove that they're your friend. And yeah, that's probably true. I'm probably very ignorant and very gullible, but I like to try to see the best in people, and unfortunately, those kind of people tend to take advantage of people like me, and yeah. So. And if I'm being honest, I really think that they wanted some type of control of the group, to have some sort of authority to just appease their idea that they have some importance and that they need to have some important job to prove that they are above everyone else, which is ridiculous in my opinion, but hey, it helps you sleep at night. But I never gave them any type of authoritative job. I did put them down as a resource, as, hey, if you want to know where to get stuff like this or tips on this, these are people that you can talk to. They know what they're doing. They're good.
I didn't open my drink.
Oh, and I know I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again. If I may have said this already, but I'm going to say it again. If you have not seen it, and if you're a Mecha fan or a Gundam fan, I highly recommend the new Gundam Requiem for Vengeance. It scared the crap out of me. It was like if Gundam was a serial killer. And I'm going to try to do this without spoilers, but if there is spoilers, then I'll just say spoilers right now. It kicks off, you view everything from the side of the Zeon Empire, which is pretty much like space Nazis. It goes to show that because the Zeons are always seen as, oh, we're powerful because we got these mobile suits, and they display that in like the first few minutes of the episodes. They call in mobile suits and save their team and all this stuff, and then later on a new mobile suit shows up and just cleans house. And back in the day, the original Gundam, you hear in this cartoon, which you can't really, back then you didn't do a lot of like night fights or anything like that in animation, because number one, you have black background and wash out everything. It just wouldn't translate well. But you hear, and if you see that design, nowadays, you're like, oh, that doesn't look too intimidating. And and you hear him go, it's a Gundam! It's the Gundam! It's the White Devil! And all this stuff. And I always kind of laughed at it. I'm like, I grew up with Gundam Wing, and I didn't watch Gundam until I was like 18. I'm like, well, this is kind of corny, and like, it's not that threatening. I'm like, but then of course I saw this, and it just puts into perspective the idea of what the fear of the Gundam was. And I was like, yeah, I get it now. I get why they were afraid, because this is scary. So, yeah. I get it. So yeah, I highly recommend it. It's very to the point. It sticks to its plot. It opens a few things for if they wanted to do something else. I think it also ties into the UC universe. I mean, it is based in the UC universe, the original timeline of Gundam. The Universal Century. And I think it did very well, in my opinion, to establish what it needed to establish. So, and oh, geez, it's like watching a serial killer. It was creepy. So many of these tiny blades. I mean, how do you get in this thing? I kind of see how you get in there. Ah, okay. I'm in! So this is like, I think they called this like a land ship. And differential. Yep, definitely British. Look at that. Look at that steering wheel. Put in them chains. Oh man, look at that fuel tank. And that radiator. Oh man. What a beast. Steering levers. Pedals. It's a cover. Driver's seat. Ah, there's a hole. Now, take this off. All right. Hit me up. Need my welding torch. So it's just a monster. Little Willie is not so little. Can I get it from down here at all? There we go. Okay. All right. Radiator cow. Check everything. Yes. No. Not done yet. Okay. Ah, still a hole. That's one thing I gotta do. No. Yep. Neighborhood auto body shop showing that they can do whatever they want. Oh, what's still missing? Alright, let's take a look at parts. Okay. Fuel tank cap. That must go outside. Ah, teeny tiny gear. I knew there was something big that needs to go in here. Look at that differential. see what we're missing. Yeah. Still means something's missing. Fuel tank cap, yeah, I know that. Okay. Oh, I gotta put the engine back in. Oh, duh. Alright. Let's get out. Alright. Little Willie. Yep. And all right, now's the fun part. First things first, let's take it to Willie to the paint shop. There we go. All right, engine completely built. There's only one thing I want to do to this wee Willie, and I want to put the little Willie on the side. If I remember where it's supposed to go, it's supposed to go right here. I know it's not mine, but if someone did that little bit of extra for me, I'd be so awesomely happy. I want to hear what this thing sounds like. So. Cool. Okay. Earl. Oh, that's what it looks like on the inside. Alright. Big old fuel tank. Alright, let's see if this beast runs. This thing's probably gonna be loud. That is a monster. I mean, we can take it for a test drive. Oh, it's still on. That's what it's like inside this thing. This thing's a monster. 2 miles an hour. I'm already bogged. Yeah, we ain't getting far. Sorry, I'm being asked questions. Alright. Alright. Wee Willie. You're neat. But we gotta go back to the shop. Little Willie. I don't know why I keep calling it Wee Willie. Alright. So we complete Wee Willie. Alright. Oh, is it we found something? No. Got it. Oh, did I not order all the parts? Okay, shoot. Alright, and this is going to be a two-parter, so we'll be taking a break in about 40 minutes. email. And so when we take the break, it may be a minute before I'm back because I have to make a phone call about a car that I probably have to take in. So unfortunately, usually I try to do as much work on my cars as I can, but unfortunately this one might be a little out of my league. We're looking pretty good. U-bolts. 100%. Done. Need help. Panzer 2, that's new. $20 car. M10 Wolverine. Working on one of them. Sure, we'll accept that one. Put this one aside. Heater. Alright, first things first, let's remove the engines and the turrets. Oops. Go. Alright. Not too bad. Okay. First things first. Same with you, buddy. Granted. So good. Yeah, there's a lot of boxes and cases in this thing. All right. And I know we don't get political here, but remember, guys, early voting has started. Make sure you're registered and get out and vote. Believe me, it matters. Do your part. Exercise your right. No one can tell you otherwise. And if you're a new voter, make sure to bring yourself a few things of ID, just so that you can make sure no one tries to keep you from voting, because you have every right to vote. That's just the body of this thing. I still have the engine and the turret to rip apart. That's what I call a big block engine. Kill me now. Oh boy. Didn't feel that yawn coming up. Okay. Okay. Whew. I'm already armed to keep the 2 vehicles. The Panzer. The Panzer. There's a lot to be done with the Panzer. That is like the worst German accent I can do. Yes, I am fine, thank you, please. Alright, let me get these bolts out. Alright, okay, so. Sorry about the awkward silence there, just thinking a lot. So yeah, we have gotten the Little Willie and the half track done, and now we're working on the Wolverine and the Panzer V. Hopefully we'll have another pop-up that'll let us go out and dig up a new tank. But yeah, so remember to this Saturday we're either going to be playing Star Wars Outlaws or Space Marine 2 multiplayer objectives with Rhea, depending on how she feels after work. If she ain't feeling up for it, we're just going to stick to Star Wars. If she's feeling up for it, we'll do the operations. So, which I think we might get lucky. If not, she will join us Tuesday next week. And yeah, so, and then next Tuesday will be Starship Troopers Extermination. So happy about that as well. Don't forget to follow and subscribe here if you don't want ads, and don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe and ring the bell at our YouTube on VODS with all of our videos there. Remember, the way this works is this video will probably be up before the end of the night, and then the second half will be up tomorrow around 4:30. Other than that, get out there, discover, explore, create, and we'll see you here next time. Spark923 Gaming. Take it easy. Man, just focusing too much. Stalling out.